The reviews for Deadpool and Wolverine are officially pouring in. And well, it's time to go over the good, the bad, and the cameos, and how do we separate the two. So let's talk about what we're seeing. So, looking at a pretty decent amount of reviews across the board, from the big trades to some smaller ones, I'm seeing a lot of interesting stuff here. And a lot of it is running right there alongside what we talked about in the first reactions, which is that this film is outstanding. It's a huge leap for Marvel Studios, and that they understood the mission. And not only did they surpass what they set out to make, that possibly they changed what the MCU is going forward. Now, from what I can see, and again, I try to ignore some of the more spoilery stuff in some of these reviews, it's that this is another one of those films that does fundamentally change the MCU for various reasons and in various ways. And again, trying to avoid spoilers, from what I can tell, there's definitely going to be impact from this film that reverberates through the rest of the MCU down the road. Now, going beyond that, from what I'm seeing from reviews is that Hugh Jackman might possibly be the best he's ever been as Wolverine, and that he's even better here than he was in Logan, which, I mean, that is a high bar. Like, Logan, that was the peak of him as Wolverine. So, this is obviously a different Wolverine, a different Logan, but people are probably looking at this is as comic accurate as you're going to get. And that seems to be something that's in every review, just praise. On the other side of that, we got Wade Wilson, aka Deadpool. And across the board, everybody's saying is that this is the best Deadpool has been so far. Better than he was in Deadpool 1 and 2 by miles. That the comedic stuff here is superior, that the way Wade fights is better, that it's more authentic to Deadpool in the comics, and that truly Marvel Studios seems to have nailed how Deadpool should be handled right out the gate. There is some stuff here in some of these reviews in regards to the villain that goes into spoiler territory, which honestly I hope they kind of gave a warning. I only read a little bit, but it seems like that the villain is here for service and also reason. Like, it's not just, oh, fan service, although there is some of that, that the villain is legitimately good and makes sense in this film. Now, on the other side of that, I'm seeing a lot of people, pretty much across all the reviews, praise cameos. Cameo, cameo, cameo. They're great here. You won't expect this one. This one blew me away. I'm glad this one didn't leak. And a lot of hype seems to be built around these cameos. Now, again, I hope that this isn't a Spider-Man No Way Home scenario where people are getting into this and they're like, oh my god, yes, it's the Spider-Men are back. And like 3 months from now when this hits digital, people are going to turn on and going, well, it's just cameo and fan service. I'm hoping it's not that, because there is always that where people suddenly realize, oh, everybody likes this, so I have to be a contrarian. So now it's time to walk back all my praise. It happened with Spider-Man. It even happened with the Avengers films. But, it's how it goes. And something else I noticed across pretty much every review is that there is something here that Marvel Studios has done with the MCU going R-rated that seems to be like a evolution of the MCU, finally giving us something that's like, wow, we didn't think you would do that. I can't believe you actually did that and went this far. We thought you were lying. So all across the board, it seems to be pretty much praise. If there's a couple bad things that I saw, it's maybe a couple CG things, but that's kind of expected in blockbusters these days. And if your only complaint is, hey, the CG falls a little flat in a couple scenes, I mean, we're in for something good.